Let's now look at the life cycle of the event and what happens during the different stages. The event life cycle starts with the event occurring. Once the event has happened, it is detected, filtered according to the importance of the event, and a notification is issued, which could be an email, an SMS, logged in a tool, or simply a flag on the monitoring dashboard. Once the event notification is issued, it is classified either as informational, warning, or an exceptional event. We have discussed the classification of event earlier in the key terminology lesson. After classification, the events are correlated, which is to say, a correlation engine, usually part of a management tool, compares the event with a set of criteria and rules in a prescribed order. For example, number of similar events. For example, a business application reports that there have been an unusual pattern of usage of a mobile telephone that could indicate that the device has been lost or stolen. Whether the event represents an exception. It could be a comparison of utilization information in the event with a maximum or minimum standard. For example, has a device exceeded a threshold? Categorization of the event and maybe assigning a priority level to the event. If the correlation activity recognizes an event, a response will be required. The mechanisms used to initiate that response is called a trigger. This response is the next step in the event lifecycle. Some of the responses might be to log the event and observe, or automated responses for the event well understood, like for example server reboots. Or it may be that an incident needs to be logged, or it could be that a human intervention in the form of an escalation is required, for example security events and so on. With the response selection, the event is typically passed on to other processes, and it is managed thereon. But the final step in an event lifecycle is closure. Before the event is closed, selected events are chosen for review to see if the process is working fine, or in other words, if the event has been handled appropriately. Some events will remain open until a certain action takes place. For example, an event that is linked to an open incident. However, most events are not opened or closed. Informational events are simply logged and then used as input to other processes, such as backup and storage management. Auto-response events will typically be closed by the generation of a second event. For example, a device generates an event and is rebooted through auto-response. As soon as that device is successfully back online, it generates an event that effectively closes the loop and clears the first event. These concepts are illustrated and explained in the next slides.